Kerbal Space Program Part 2. Hey guys, so last time we made it all the way to the moon but failed to land. This time I made a few tweaks and did some practice runs, and I think everything turned out better than I expected. So before we get into that, I'm going to show you a couple of my failures today. So here we go. So on this run, everything was going great. I decided to change my staging because I didn't want the lander rocket to fire when I disengaged the lower stage, and I ended up messing up and ditching the lander stage and crashing. And this is what happens when you disengage a fully powered solid rocket booster. And this attempt is full on HaemessB panicking. I didn't know what I was doing, things were happening. I kept switching the camera view, I landed on the parachute, and things just didn't go well. Alright, so here it is. This is the final go, all the way from Kerbal to the moon and back. And first I'd just like to say that on my first video I was really happy with the constructive comments and even a couple likes, which that was really nice. And the people on the Kerbal Space Program subreddit were really great. I was so excited to see my video actually had some views and some upvotes, so that was really cool. Alright, so on this one I added some fuel, like I said, to the first stage so that I could have some left over to do the transfer, basically. I was kind of running low on that stage in my attempt. In the last video, my rocket kind of ran out of fuel and started to slow down before I got into orbit, so that's why I changed that. And as I got up into orbit, I realized I was in the perfect spot to just do my lunar transfer right away, so I just kept burning to get to the moon. I like how it changed camera views right there as I was separating. So there it is, rising over the horizon. And I messed it up a little bit, but nothing I can't bring back pretty easily. So yeah, I was just really happy with the response I got from that video, because it's really hard to judge things that you're making for yourself, to see, you know, you don't know if other people are going to like them even if you do. So it was interesting, and it was nice to see that. So as I get close to the moon, I'm trying to conserve as much fuel as possible, so I want to do a very, very shallow orbit so that when I pick my landing spot, I can just put it down and be done with it. So this takes some tweaking. I kind of first bring it down low and then come around a bit so that I can land on the light side. As someone said in the comments on my last video, you should try recording in the dark, and that was a very good comment. Thank you. So here I just got down very low so I could skim across the surface and land in the daylight. So as I come down here, I see the big crater, and I notice I'm flying right over the arch, which I've heard people say that it's right on the equator of the moon, so I guess it's not really that big of a deal, but I was still pretty surprised to see it there. So about this time I pick that crater as my landing spot, so I want to slow down as much as I can and be coming straight down towards it when I get over it. So I'm just taking my time, slowing down, and I mess up here. I separate the transfer stage when it still has fuel and it's still burning, but it ended up not being a problem. I was able to power away from it, and then it ends up giving us a nice little explosion shot in the background, so I was actually pretty pleased with that. There it is. And I've been playing Kerbal Space Program for quite a while, but I think honestly this is my best landing I've ever done. It came down nice and slow, perfectly straight. I think a lot of that is just because of the SAS. I'm not sure what update it came out in, but when I used to play, it was if you had SAS on, you could not turn the spacecraft at all. But now you can make little tweaks and it'll stay where you put it. So that's really nice. I like that feature. It enabled me to come down very, very, very softly. So as I get to the ground, I figure I may as well get some science while I'm here, so hop out, plant a flag, and I noticed he was making some funny mouth gestures, so I had to get that. So our first successful landing on the moon. Very low tech, you know, no solar panels, no advanced landing gear, no mainsail. So I was pretty proud of that because I haven't played the game in a while, so I'm happy that I'm still okay enough at it where I have fun. It's not frustrating. Alright, so now it's time to get out of here. So I use a goo while I'm on the surface, and of course getting back into lunar orbit, go up a little bit and then turn directly to the horizon and fire. It's the most efficient way to get back up off the surface. And here once again I'm trying to do an orbit that is as low as possible to conserve as much fuel as I possibly can, because I'm still a little bit worried that I'm not going to make it back. So we get it up. The fuel gauge looks a little low for my liking, and when I put this maneuver here, I'm kind of thinking I don't know if I have that much delta V left. I am worried at this point. And this is probably, you know, the 5th take of me doing this, so I'm really hoping that it works out. So come around, got a nice shot of Kerbal here as we do our escape burn from the moon. And you do a little funny half orbit around the moon and you lose its gravitational pull and you fall back to Kerbal. So now I forgot to do the goo far away from the moon, so I did it there, but it still got me some science. So now I'm coming back. I know I have enough fuel, I have the parachute, I know I'm going to land at this point, so I am pretty excited. And of course, if this were real life, this ship would not survive this re-entry at 3 kilometers per second. But I don't have any mods installed that make this deadly, so I'm able to even deploy my parachute and my gear. So as I bring it down now, I'm just ecstatic, hoping that, you know, I don't destroy my parachute or something, so I'm ready to fire the engines when I know the parachute is about to deploy. And there it is. I float gently to the surface. And I had even more fun making this video. I love video editing. It's something I used to do when I was in college, and I'm glad that I'm having a chance to do it again, and possibly even have an audience. So that's pretty exciting. I like it. I have so much fun doing this kind of stuff. So here we go, softening the landing a bit. Want to come down nice and slow. And there we have it. And I winded up getting almost 300 signs from that mission, which is not great, but I'll take it. And that was it. So if you like this video, please subscribe, please leave a like, please leave a comment. Anything is greatly appreciated, and I hope to be doing more of this soon. So thanks. Goodbye.